Hey, my name's Brent, and I'm going to show you a lab that you can do involving the supplies that I have here, and it deals with electricity and magnetism. And in this lab, I'm going to show you how you can use electricity to make a magnet. These are supplies you're going to need for it. You're going to need a battery. Any battery works. It really doesn't matter. I'm using a C battery because it just seems to work better as far as having to work with, because it's bigger than like a AA or AAA. Any type of screw, I like this kind. It's a bolt kind where it's not pointy on the end, but either kind will work if you have these around the house. You're going to need staples, and this is important. Obviously, staples come like this. You need to individually pop them off and make a pile like this. You're also going to need some insulated copper wire, and yes, it is very important that it is copper wire because copper conducts electricity. And this, I measured this. It's about 2.5 feet long, and this is pretty good length to work with. And you're going to need some Scotch electrical tape and some scissors to cut it because this stuff does not tear easy. To start it, I would go ahead and cut 2 pieces of about 1.5 inches of electrical tape, and just put them to the side because you're going to need them later. Okay, and then just put the scissors and the Scotch tape to the side. Now, to start off with, I want to show that the screw is not magnetic, to show you that this experiment works. As you can see, it doesn't pick up staples. Okay, so that's important to see so that you know this experiment works. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take your copper wire that I showed you and you're going to wrap it around this screw as many times as possible. Now, what you want to do is you're going to leave yourself about 4 to 5 inches off because eventually we're going to attach the wire to the battery. So you want to leave yourself enough room to work with. And so go ahead and wrap this all around your screw. And another important thing to note is when you start to get to the bottom of the screw, you want to leave some, you don't want to cover the whole screw with wire. It's important to leave the metal so that it can contact with the staples. But continue to wrap it on here. How much do I got left? Okay, continue to wrap. Okay, and you want to leave about that much left of the last part of it as well. Okay, now we're going to use our battery. Now it's important to, you don't have to do it this way, but I suggest you do, is go ahead and tape it to the positive side first, because the positive side is where it starts to get kind of warm. And that's another thing you'll want to note is when doing this battery is going to get a little warm, and the wire itself will get a little warm because you are making electricity. So be sure to, if it starts to get hot, don't just keep holding it and burn yourself. Alright, and another thing you can look at, obviously the positive side has the little lump on it or whatever. You don't have to tape it exactly to that lump. As long as it touches the metal of the positive side, it's okay. So we're going to go ahead and make sure you have, good contact. You want to make sure that it's very well taped to it. Okay, and then we'll go over here to our negative side and get our other piece of electrical tape that we previously cut. And we want to tape this. Once again, make sure you've got metal to metal. Okay, and make sure that it's nice and firm. Now, here comes the experiment part of it. As I showed earlier, it wouldn't pick up any staples. Let's see what we got now. So as you can see, it picks up staples now. And the reason it's doing this is because you've got an electrical current running through this wire, and wherever you have an electrical current, you also have a magnetic field. And so what we're doing is magnetizing this screw. And if you don't believe me, we'll hold it up like that, and I'll see what happened. I undid it's holding, and then when I cut the electricity, they fall off. And now the screw will kind of stay a little magnetized a little bit afterwards because you have run electricity through it. But this is just to show that you can use electricity to generate magnetism. So try this on your own. You can try different size batteries and whatnot. You can try different types of wire. You can try different types of screws. There's all kind of things you can do with this. You don't have to do it my way. Try it your own way. This is science. It's meant to have fun. Experiment with a lot of different stuff. Thank you.